Hey, isn't that Nahida? Nahida! Paimon didn't think we'd run into you here.
Oh, hey there. It's been a while, Seems like you've been in...
How about you? What are you up to now?
I'm just looking out for some leads while getting some fresh air. I noticed that I have some blurry memories after saving... I almost feel like there's still something extremely important I need to do.
What is that? Don't worry, we'll help you remember.
Thank you so much. Since you're willing to help...
It's beautiful.
I found it in the sanctuary of Suristana. It's filled with pure elemental power that is quite similar to mine. It's very likely that it's connected to my foggy memory.
Traveler, do you have any ideas? You know, Nahida, we just happen to be going on an adventure right now. If we find it...
Thanks, you two. I didn't mean to trouble you.
Don't mention it. Besides, it seems you've got a lot on your mind, and we'd like...
Hey, get out! You shouldn't be around here! I'm sorry, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Last warning! Get...
Hang on. I think...
But Great Dendroark...
Please. I think I... Seems that it wants us to follow.
You can understand, but... That's true. Okay, let's go take a look.
Alright, lead the way, little fungus.
Although they all look about the same, some fungi are friendly, while others are super aggressive and attack anyone they see.
It can't be helped. Perhaps in their eyes, humans are like fierce monsters as well. After all, they can't distinguish which human behaviors are hostile or not, and it'd already be too late for them once humans have drawn their weapons. Hence why they tend to strike first, rather than waiting.
That's not too different from how humans think sometimes.
That's what I meant by shared emotions. It appears it was in a hurry because of this unconscious fungus.
So maybe this fungus wanted to bring the...
Probably. Although fungi are simple creatures, maybe it noticed me on my way back and thought I'd be able to help. I'll take a look. I should be able to help if it's just a common illness.
What is it, Nahida?
Strange. This fungus didn't develop from a spore.
Huh? An elemental life form?
Yes. Although the fungi you normally see are capable of using elemental powers, they're merely borrowing element. As for this fungus, it has elemental power flowing through it. Definitely not anything like your typical fungus. Exactly. This is very interesting.
So this is a first even for Nahida.
But that's not all. There's a large void within it. The void is stopping the elemental power from flowing normally, which must be why...
So do you think it'll wake up if we can fill the void?
Yes, and I just so happen to be good at this sort of thing. I'll see what... My power was compatible. Looks like everything is fine.
Lord of Dendro. Is it really? Oh, I can't believe the Lord of Dendro.
Ah! It can talk?
Oh, I didn't expect such a strange creature to make a sound like that.
What? Of course Paimon can talk. Paimon isn't a strange...
Hello, Paimon. I am not yet able to evaluate an organism's intelligence from...
Oh, well, no need to take it seriously. But does Paimon really look so dumb that people might think Paimon does...
You misunderstand, Paimon. A mouth is used for eating, breathing, so a creature may not speak even if it has a mouth. I've never seen a creature... Even if you do possess a number of human traits, it is still very common for creatures to have...
Did this fungus study at the academia?
Seems like you're not a fungus, are you?
That's correct. This might be surprising to you. It might startle my fellow family members if I speak too much using this strain. Me. It says that it's very thankful for your help.
I was confident that I knew of all the creatures in Teyvat, even if there are ones I've never seen with my own eye. However, even if I were to lay out the traits of all elemental life forms, what are you? And where did you come from?
I come from an ancient race. We have existed for a very long time. My home was filled with flowing water and great mountains. Until the apocalypse came and changed my home forever. A horrifying power consumed all there was. The seeds of catastrophe. We were victims of the apocalypse. Yet, in time, we also became the apocalypse itself.
The apocalypse?
I'm not sure what it means either. It sounds like some kind of old fable.
It's a long and complicated story. It will take...
Don't worry, we'll listen. Please continue.
I was lucky and managed to survive. Afterward, I left with some of my family and came to Sumeru to search for a way to rescue my homeland. We came in contact with many species and learned from their cultures and knowledge. Hoping to understand, we later found out that humans know the power of the apocalypse and refer to it as forbidden knowledge.
Your home was destroyed by forbidden knowledge? Does that mean you're from the desert?
It said that they are looking for a way to save their homeland, but the catastrophe of the desert should have...
The Lord of Dendro is correct. We are not from the desert. That may sound a little odd, as it...
Yes, how could you forget?
I am a life form that was contaminated by the apocalypse. A part of...
I get it now. So the void of elemental power... I'm sorry.
That's okay. Lord of Dendro, there is no need to... And not only did you save me, but you've also...
That's right. The forbidden knowledge is no more, and...
My home should be safe now. For the longest time, this moment has only seemed like a dream. I was unable to fulfill our calling. I never found a way.
It's not your fault. You've already done everything you can. Every species paid a grave price in the fight against forbidden knowledge. You mentioned that there were other survivors besides yourself.
The apocalypse put us through immense pain.
Don't worry, I should be able to find them. I'll leave the rainforest to the Aranara, and
Oh yeah, they'll give us a hand!
Give me a moment. I'll contact them right now. That should do it. It may take some time to find them, so let's wait.
Thank you, Lord of Dendro. We all believe that you will keep your promise. The moment I saw you when I awoke,
Agreement?
You might not remember, but this is a prophecy that we deeply believe.
Ah, I see. But I'm very concerned about your homeland.
Would you all be willing to come with me somewhere as the more family members that can return home?
But didn't you say that you don't know where they are?
Yes, but I know their end.
There's something that I'm very concerned about. Yes, I didn't mention it just now, but do you remember when I told you that the power in the crystal, the elemental power inside the crystal, is completely identical to that of the fungus?
What?
Exactly. The prophecy that it mentioned was probably an agreement. I had to deal with the forbidden knowledge to save their homeland. That sequence of events would explain the persistent feeling.
Makes sense. Too bad it's unable to tell us more.
Yeah, I've been trying to think of a place. Agreed. I really want to send them home.
The road here is a little rough. I'll lead the way.
Don't worry, Paimon can handle any road! Ah! Enemies! You're up, traveler!
Everybody stand back!
Evil conquering! Worthless! Worthless!
Amazing. With such skills, you all would have
Hey! Paimon has been meaning to ask.
No, we didn't. The appearance of our kind. After communicating with various living organisms in Sumeru, thus, we gradually took the form of fungi.
It's hard to believe that's even possible.
The most important instinct any life form possesses is adapting to the environment. I don't think that your hand is shaped like that for a reason. So you are able to grip. The reason why fungi absorb elemental power is to blend with the... We are dendro life forms, one of the most ancient...
So you mean, if Paimon wanted to, Paimon could...
Not as freely, I'm afraid. You would require a... Although this is common sense to us, it is still extremely difficult to explain. You cannot make a sprout grow into a giant tree instantly.
I see. Humans have a term for...
Ah, you're so smart, Nahida!
Growth. I see. Yes, a most beautiful word.
How much farther is it?
We're about halfway there. You're doing great, Paimon. Do you need me to carry you on my back?
Huh? Oh, no! Paimon was just curious! Paimon isn't that tired.
You seem to enjoy taking care of others.
You think so? Does the Lord of Dendro need to be carried?
That would be awkward, wouldn't it? Why don't you fly up and sit on top of my head?
We can figure out who will carry who later! We have monsters here!
Stay content!
I think we may have a different understanding of carrying someone. No matter whether it's tired or not, my child is always happy when I put it on my back and give it a ride.
Child? You mean the fungi we ran into earlier?
Yes, one was my friend, and the other was my child.
Why can't your kid speak?
Because it's just a fungus. I don't want my presence to change or affect the original state of the fungi species here. However, it is slightly different from an ordinary fungus. It seems to understand some human language.
Oh, then it must be a really cute name. You know, like Bongo Head.
You have an odd taste for names.
Huh? Paimon thinks that name is great.
Strange and cute at the same time. It's a name only Paimon would be able to...
That's right.
The name I came up with was not as creative as Paimon's. Its name is... I'm sorry, but I've forgotten. Seems like I've forgotten many. Yes, I must remember it before I return. almost there.
It's the withering.
Yes, I have heard humans also call it that. It's the last form we take when we are at the end of our life.
It's trying to say that when they've suffered enough and reached the end of their...
Yes, I would have also suffered the same fate.
So, this is how the withered...
Previous research has revealed that forbidden knowledge is the root, but even if forbidden knowledge has been completely removed, its influence still remains. They've been tormented by forbidden knowledge for a long time. But what a sad and pitiful end.
When I left my homeland, flowers like these filled. They grew in the pristine lakes, in the fertile soil. They grew everywhere. Until the world... But it's all right. Our life essence, element... After an adventurer clears the withering, I will quietly draw near...
But that would mean the effects of forbidden knowledge could have...
It's okay. That's not important anymore. It's not right to leave them to simply perish in the open like this. Now that we finally have the chance to return home, each one I
understand. Just leave it to us. So you're worried about me. It's fine. Forbidden knowledge doesn't exist anymore. It's natural to want to be overcautious when dealing with a highly venomous snake. But when all that's left...
Paimon doesn't get what you two are talking about, but we're all ready to go. Then let's do this. We've dealt with the withering countless times already.
Let my name echo in song! I'm going in! Let's light it up!
Here! Worthless! Here!
Shower me with praise!
Through me, justice is served. Your penance is due. Guilty. Come at me again.
Teamwork is dreamwork! The show begins! Time to shine!
Surrender!
Share my knowledge!
Lament! Worthless! Worthless! Worthless!
As I expected. It's the last, so it wasn't able to make it to the end.
I hope that you will be free of this pain after...
Just thinking about how many elemental life forms have turned into...
It's okay. As long as elemental power, an external form is but a gift of time. Through growth.
It wouldn't have come to this if we were able to cure them earlier. But I will cure all of them. Even if it's...
Thank you, Lord of Dendro. It was a...
Hold on. I think I got... Oh, I see. Okay, so... they found a fungus that matches the description I gave them.
It must be in a similar situation as I was.
Okay, follow me. We're close now. It's just a little further inside.
But there are so many fungi here. Yeah, they won't be happy to see it.
No fighting. These are... Although we belong to different species, we've spent a long time. They can be reasonable, as long as we try to...
What should we do? You're the only one who can make... But you'll need Nahida's power if you want to save that fungus.
I've got an idea. Can you teach me how to
You want to transform into a fungus? But we don't have...
Nahida is a god! Changing into a fungus...
Even gods can't bend the laws of time, so...
Then we'll have to enter with the risk of being noticed. But if spending some of my power will guarantee the safety of you and its...
Alright. You have great elemental power. You will have to use power equal to that which is required to break... I will lend you the relevant knowledge that I have. It should make your...
Alright, I'm ready. Changing into a fungus should be quite...
Lord of Dendro, this is nothing to joke about. I am extremely serious about...
As am I. I'm not sure...
Alright! Let's not get hung up here. If it's really possible...
Okay. Good luck.
Wow! You really turned into a fungus!
It's actually not too bad. My perspective in this... The unconscious fungus is just below here.
Oh, how do we do that?
I'll get close to them while you make your way over from above. You should be able to identify them using elemental sight since they're elemental life forms. Then, all you have to do is repeat the correct answer in your mind. As long as...
Okay, got it.
Let me lure away the fungi up top and make way for you.
Alright, good luck, Nahida. Let's go, Traveler.
There's a fungus on patrol in the center there. It looks pretty vigilant, so I'd better go around it. Why is it reacting like that? Uh-oh, the fungus on patrol noticed me. There's a fungus on patrol in the center there. It seems they didn't notice me. It seems that fungus won't be moving for the moment. This is the spot. I'll hide and wait for the Traveler to catch up. So this is the one. Understood.
Nahida? What's wrong?
I never knew that it was so tiring to change forms like that. I even used the techniques that it taught me.
The power of time accumulates slowly and goes unnoticed. A great price. Thank you for everything you've done. All seems to have gone according to plan.
Who are you? I apologize.
It's okay, I have good news. Let me explain it to you the fungi way.
Apocalypse ended?
Yes, unfortunately I've forgotten where...
Really? That's great!
Home.
Dendro Dragon. Ah, yes, the Dendro Dragon. I'm sorry, I just got so excited. I've probably never expressed such emotion.
Oh, wait a minute. Paimon's confused. Do you mean...
Yes, they're both dragons, but Apep, the Dendro Dragon, has been... But I don't quite understand. Why would you...
Because we live inside the Dendro Dragon.
The Dendro Dragon. Inside.
There is an entire world inside the Dendro Dragon's body. It once told us in a majestic voice that once, however, that day never came. Our home...
Paimon's still confused.
Yes, a very good example. It appears that you're much smarter than...
Wait, then if that's the case...
Yes, that is correct. What has suddenly made you look so worried, Lord of Dendro? I haven't seen this expression.
Apep is the most adaptable life form in the world. Which means that if all the forbidden knowledge has...
Then a big void will also form inside the...
I'm afraid so. Its body and soul have probably... No wonder I haven't seen Apep for so long. But... But anyway, Apep disappeared and... Yes! How could I have forgotten? If the Dendro Dragon fails to hang on, the elemental power inside it will... Dendro elemental power of that concentration will cause the rainforest to overgrow. Giant trees will completely block out the sun. Plants and humans will fight over oxygen.
Hey, what about the crystal? Why don't you show it to them and...
Yes, I'm sorry. Here, have you two ever seen anything like this before?
No.
Its power feels very familiar. Like, I'm sorry our memories aren't very...
It's okay. I'll contact my helpers just as I did before and see if they can locate your other... I'm counting on you all. Your info is crucial to us now. Let's wait for their reply again, though I know waiting can feel
Thank you. Family.
I explained to them that you aren't hostile. After seeing you save it, it's
Go home, thief. Hard decision. Don't know. They are weak. If waiting, then I hope...
Don't worry. I understand what you are trying to say. Family is very important to us. No matter when we were actually family. It has... Can you do one last thing for it while we wait?
Of course. I can relate to how it's feeling. I need to organize my thoughts as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Tend soil. Don't like plant.
There are two things that it wants you to do. One is to look after the land that the food is grown in.
Soil. There.
Paimon understood that! No need to translate. We'll take care...
Off we go! Huh? Adventure time! Huh? Off we go! Adventure time! Strike a pose!
We planted all the seeds! It's time to handle the invading plant life! Wildflowers! It wasn't hitting when it said plants were invading!
Disappear! Worthless! Here! Worthless! Here! Useless!
Whew! That should be all of them. That wasn't too tough.
Yeah, I've calmed down now. But it doesn't seem like there's too much we can do, and
Can you tell us about the Dendro Dragon? We don't know anything about it.
well, the history of dragons starts from the Sumeru was a Pep's territory. And those
Oh, so there was no desert back then?
not at first. That came when a giant spike fell from the sky. In an attempt to adapt to its new environment, a Pep changed
No wonder those two elemental life forms are always talking about the...
A Pep has always seen itself as the master of Sumeru, and has refused to recognize the new. However, powerless against the power and conflicts between the two sides are destined to As far as I know, a Pep had been slumbering in the desert. I'm not sure what may have led it to become involved, but rescuing it is definitely our. The crystal that I have in my possession is probably the key that links the two.
Worthless!
That's not what Paimon meant. It's just that you got...
Does that matter? Family likes me.
Paimon doesn't quite understand.
What it's trying to say is that as long as family members get along, you place importance on appearances, but we do not. These are all things that are more reliable than mere external appearances.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. It wouldn't matter. Paimon would still be able to...
Oh? Still nothing new from the forest. Seems like we... It appears we are out of leads to follow.
Sorry.
It's okay. It isn't your fault. I don't think it's maybe it's because the crystal has a very close connection to forbidden knowledge, which and if that's the case, finding the other fungi still...
The crystal and the apocalypse, Lord of Dendro. Do you still...
I do. What about...
The prophecy is a story that connects events of the past and the future. The rest of the family did not approve of its opinion.
Preserving the apocalypse? Do you mean that there's still...
That's not very likely. The power of Irminsul Cup. Did the prophecy say where that family member went?
To the limitless depths east of...
Yeah, that must be the chasm, right? But what is it?
It's What if it can be converted to I'm sorry if I'm suddenly not making any sense. Follow me. I'll explain it once we find...
So that elemental life form came all the way here on its... Wouldn't it already have become the Withering like the others?
There is a chance that it could avoid that end, using the power. I'm referring to what was used to fight against the Abyss. It has the ability to purify and stabilize powers that shouldn't exist into that. Forbidden knowledge that its light has shone upon is kept here forever. Yep. It's just like soap bubbles that...
Another strange metaphor. But...
What the Lord of Dendro means is that the apocalypse was altered by the power.
Yes, and it shouldn't be far from here. Let's go.
Useless!
Looks like we'll have to clear out the oozing filth in this area. You two should be able to take care of it, right?
Yep, we know what to do. We'll just use the Lumen Stone on the oozing concretion.
Useless. Shower me with praise. Let the world come on. I'm going in.
Evil conquering! Here!
Oh, we finally managed to rest.
It should be the life form from the prophecy.
That light!
Wait. Something dark is... What's going on? Didn't Nahida say it was purified?
Maybe it's because such a long amount of... Although the power of the oozing filth is more stable than that of... It might have lost its mind after being soaked in it for some...
Oh no! But we still have tons of...
I should be able to purge it with my elemental power, but this is our only chance.
Traveler.
It's okay. I trust your judgment.
Oh yeah! You said that the elemental...
You want to use its power, but...
The Lord of Dendro seems hesitant. It's risky to use its power without fully understanding its intended use.
Don't understand. This no good, that no...
Yes, I understand. But this is our only chance.
It's okay, there's no need to argue. I'll think of some... How about this? Traveler, you could try... I understand that you have an amazing resistance to forbidden knowledge.
Don't overdo it, Traveler. Paimon will be worried.
Lord of Dendro, and you others.
Yay! Looks like it worked!
Lord of Dendro, here in person. Does that mean... Wait, did you get smaller again?
I'm sorry. That portion of my memory is highly unreliable.
That sounds about right. After all, the purpose of my existence... You once said that the apocalypse will be completely eradicated, and that even you couldn't promise that you'd remember our agreement after... However, you are definitely someone who stays true to your word.
You and I made the agreement?
Yes, you used your power to protect me. That is the reason why I was able... To be honest, I'm nearing my end.
No one can withstand the power of the apocalypse.
In order to preserve a somewhat stable memory, I had to change. Only the giant spike that fell from the sky is the moment I lost my chance of being rescued. But enough about me. Lord of Dendro, let's...
I understand, and I'm sorry. Can you please tell me what this is?
This is a fire seed. It's an essential... The Lord of Dendro and our people created this The Dendro dragon has been tormented by the apocalypse for... However, if you are able to reactivate its heart of awakening, and as a result, our homeland...
Oh, so the heart of Oasis is...
No wonder the crystal was able to heal this fungus just now.
What? You used the fire seed to...
Why?
That's... never mind. It's the fire seed contains a high concentration of elemental... It is not stable in its current form.
Since I am its creator, I will take responsibility.
Alright. Aside from being able to heal the in other words, you'll be able to find the Dendro dragon. But you should hurry.
What about Chip?
Forget about me. You should...
Everyone is returning home.
As I told you, I've already lost Lord of Dendro. I thank you for... Our past has been saved. It's enough for me.
Hey! Wait! It turned it...
Can you use the Lumen Stone once more? Please, of all of us, it's...
This is a small ball of light that it left behind.
I can feel it. I can feel its knowledge and emotions. Do not be sad, my friends. It's with...
Because its external form doesn't matter, right?
Yes, because our external form does not matter, and our home has...
Let's go!
Home. It's not much further. Follow... I can feel its power lingering and shifting around us. Sometimes it feels distant, but other times it seems close. This is its way of warning us. It has already noticed our presence.
We won't be able to see anything if we keep going that way. Hey, look! Something's over there!
We found it. A pep, the Dendro Dragon.
Paimon knew it would be big, but not that big!
Puny god, puny human. Leave my domain. Frail life forms like you cannot survive in the...
A pep, we're here to save you.
I do not need saving. You are no different from Anin. Both of you have only existed. You're better off paying attention to your path ahead, as you will fall where you...
I know that you hate both gods and humans, but you've grown too weak now.
Let go. For only a moment. Foolish boor. You will find no... You will only be reviving the dragon that will...
No, you're ill, that's all.
That I am. Time will bring death. I am different from the ancient dragons that came to...
There's no need for this. There's no point in fighting. What we need is the truth.
The truth. The shackles that the god... I have paid dearly for the truth.
Hey! Don't leave!
Careful! Something's coming!
Ah! What is that? Paimon's never seen that before!
It's our family.
Huh? They're your family too?
But external form not important. Inner nature.
The composition of their elemental power is identical to ours.
Is this what they've become after experiencing the...
This is also a form of adaptation. Although a most group, they've gradually taken this form in order to survive the apocalypse.
Is there any way to avoid fighting them?
Hey! Can you guys talk?
They've given it their all just to survive.
They're being drawn by the fire seed. All that remains are the instincts to survive and search for energy needed to do so.
So this is the result of forbidden knowledge.
Would our world become the same if forbidden knowledge was allowed to rampage across Tevat? Like fish struggling on land, unable to find a single puddle of fresh water in the entire world.
Yes, but please try to be gentle with them. They are not evil and...
Strike a pose!
Your sins weigh upon your soul. I'm used to it.
Everybody stand back! Let my name...
Paimon thinks they used up all their strength. They
want to go home.
Yes, it was never their intention to leave the Dendro Dragon.
Is there a way to make them revert to their element? Years of torment is what turned them into their current state. It seems only the fire... But it'll be risky if we use the fire seed again.
Correct. We cannot use the fire...
Everyone goes home. Not...
Let me think for a second. It's fine. Let's use the power of the fire seed. I can't bear leaving them in the desert like this. Don't worry, the decision is on me. I'll take responsibility for whatever happens. It won't require much elemental power, but as long as I use my elemental power to...
Thank you. Sorry. Stubborn.
Thank you, Lord of Dendro.
Returning home is the most important thing to you. I'm not doing this just to protect you, but also because I hope to use you and your experience. After all, That giant dendro dragon is also your family. Maybe it would listen.
I will stand with you, Lord of Dendro.
Yes. Thank you. Alright, here it goes.
Family. We will all be able to go home soon.
Whoa, it's shining now.
Endless amounts of knowledge and emotions are moving inside. To imagine such growth could be achieved.
It's because you're carrying everyone's hopes.
Yes, finally, we can go.
This is the last part. Let's...
This cave is huge. Could this be where the dendro dragon... Yeah. Who knows what's inside that cave?
Our goal is not only to find the dragon, but to also... And that will be impossible if we can't get it.
But how are we gonna do that?
I'll see what I can do. Pep, I know we don't see eye to eye. However, we are both born of elemental power. We are not that different. And right now, we...
Wonder if the dendro dragon...
I don't care about what you believe in, who you hate, or what you've done in the... I'm here to save both you and... They've been searching for a way to save you ever since they left their home. And now that everything is over, all the hatred that you harbor has...
No response.
Your eagerness to survive means that you haven't given... If you claim to know so much more than I, then why don't you truly think... Please keep everyone safe. And send us to the homeland.
Nahida, where are we? Huh? And what about the traveler? Where'd she go?
I was only able to ensure that we made it here safely.
Well, then let's go have a look up ahead. Paimon's feeling...
Yep, let's go. I wouldn't worry too much. The traveler's no push.
Paimon knows that. It's just that... let's hurry. She might be just up ahead. What's that?
That should be the heart of Oasis. All we need to do is light it with the damage it suffered internally will... Oh,
then let's hurry and light it!
Alright, hang on.
Wait! The fire seed! What happened?
It shattered. It was even more unstable than I expected.
But why? We barely used it!
I'm not sure. Perhaps the fire seed was only capable of protecting one person? But if I didn't use its power on everyone, there's no way. And even if that's the case, there's no reason for it to simply.
Unless what?
Unless I was already in a weakened state when I created this, which would be when we had first saved the desert.
Oh no. Wait, let's put that aside for. If the fire seed has shattered, wouldn't that mean we came all the. Oh. Do you know what we should do now, Nahida? Oh, come on, Paimon, think!
Don't worry, Paimon. This is my responsibility. Although my elemental power is slightly different than that of elemental life forms, so all I have to do is imitate that power, while adding some of my own. And I'll be able to.
You're gonna become the fire?
Yes. It'll take a lot of power from me. I might, however.
What happens if you keep getting.
I'll become a blade of grass or a twig. Basically, I will be able to unleash power beyond my limits if I can reverse the.
But you'll lose everything. You'll not only lose your.
That's all right. None of that matters compared to the dangers that a pep is.
No, wait! There has to be another way. Besides, what will Sumeru do if you turn into a twig?
Maybe you and the Traveler can plant me in the soil of Sumeru once it is all. I can still communicate with the world through the forest.
You can't be serious. If the Traveler were here, she definitely wouldn't let you go through with it. If we knew this was how you were going to take responsibility.
I'm sorry, Paimon, but we're out of options. Not all eagles who have fallen to the ground can soar in the sky once again. But if no...
No. Please, no, Nahida! The fire seed shattered, and Nahida's, she's...
I know. A sacrifice must be made, but not by the Lord of Dendro. We've all grown on this long journey. If the purpose of that growth was to return home, then our wishes have come true. Would you lend us your power?
You knew it would come to this. All the knowledge, language, and emotions that you have learned will be reverted into pure elemental energy. In your new homeland, nothing of who you were will remain. You won't be remembered by anyone. Is that truly the return you've always dreamed of?
Lord of Dendro, don't be sad. This is not your home. We go home. Lord of Dendro should also go home.
Hear us, please. Feel our heartfelt desires. Awaken!
It's because you're carrying everyone's hopes and dreams.
Time to shine! I'm going in! Why do they never miss for it?
Keep yourselves alone.
Here!
The show begins!
Judgment is upon you. You stand condemned. Your penance is due. You stand condemned.
Their knowledge, memories, and emotions have been reverted to element. The guardians that have accompanied me for countless eras have also... They will be born once again now that they're one.
But that's different! They won't ever be...
Paimon, we will never understand it, and it will never understand us. But as long as you can be healthy again, then Sumeru will be free from threat as long as your health is maintained.
I thought that my rage would be kindled once my power returned to me. However, what I feel now is a feeling that has long...
The forbidden knowledge influenced you ever since you were contaminated, greatly...
Yes, there's no denying that. Although my hatred for that usurper... Be that as it may, my position still stands. When you inevitably perish due to your ever-expanding curiosity, I will still sneer and mock you in my...
Yeesh! Who can put up with you?
I respect your decision, and with time, I will prove to you that before you begin resting, there is one last thing I would... How did you become affected by forbidden knowledge?
It's a long story. We all once believed in the distant past that the Dragon King acquired the power of darkness from outside of this world.
Dragon King?
An unimaginable war took place into that, causing... In war, the victor would inherit the right to shape the world. But I didn't give up on searching for a way to turn the... As I attempted to collect more forbidden knowledge from the corners of the world, sand dunes arose where there was only forest. And it was as if...
But you still didn't give up, did you? Because of Amun Al-Ahmar.
Yes. Al-Ahmar eventually obtained this power with the help. His ambitions continued to grow, and he planned to establish a powerful kingdom in my domain. Although I didn't think much of him, I allowed his actions under one condition. The condition was that after his death, all the knowledge he came to accumulate would belong to me. At that time, I still harbored deep regrets. By the time the Dragon King finally returned, some of the dragons have grown close to your kind, and have forgotten all about our hatred from when the world was taken from us. And some died, leaving behind nothing but their bones. But for me, the scales and will of the Dragon King still shine bright in my...
I will follow them until the end of my time.
You really are insane.
When Alachmar's proud kingdom collapsed, I swallowed him whole as I agreed. However, what I gained was no benefit. I used up all my strength just trying to keep the pain under control. I had no energy to analyze them, but even then, I still believe that his insanity was...
So that's how the apocalypse started.
I admit that I fell for his trap. Tiny Booer, and the rest of you, continue. How far will a life so dear and precious to the heavenly prince?
Hey! Looks like we've been sent back out!
Still, the dragon will need to rest for a very long time before it is fully healthy again. It's not as ruthless as it was before. Curing the dragon of its illness...
Nobody's in a good mood when they're feeling sick. Even though we accomplished something really important, Paimon still doesn't feel happy for some reason.
Indeed. Although they'll still have the chance to be born again, they've lost their each opportunity for growth is unique in its own way. Perhaps the immense power we released was the pouring out of all these irreplaceable emotions.
Can you really call a place with no family your home?
Family. Right! The hydro fungus left behind. Those two fungi might be waiting for it to return.
Oh yeah! Let's hurry and go take a look! Huh. Waiting here all this time?
We're back. I'm sorry. I really am. Don't be sad. It did it to protect you. It said that Noor is its most important family member. That's your name, isn't it? Wow. This is wonderful. They will definitely meet again. Someday.
Ad Astra Abyssos. Thank you for completing. Ad Astra.
Luck can swing the results of a single game, but it's bound to run out sooner or later.